Morning, puppy. Whoa. The military movers lost 4 screws out of our bed frame set, so I had to buy some screws to replace it. I'm gonna put them in now so Kierra doesn't sink through the bed. Do you know where my tape measure is at? Do you remember when you used it last? It's neither of those places. Oh man. Never guess who made that hole. My new measuring stick. It's been a great day so far. So the guard on my crack jig or pocket hole drill got loose and slipped, so when I drilled my pocket hole, it went all the way through the board, so we'll not be able to use that hole. Not looking forward to doing this video. Right now there's a lot of things going on in my life and Kierra's life and our life together. Hard emotions are coming up, emotions that I felt in the past. So I can't remember whether or not I've said this, but my wife has had cancer twice. Stage 4 bulky Hodgkin's lymphoma the first time. Second time they didn't really give it a definite stage it was in. Yeah, she's had it twice, same spot. Tumor the first time didn't attach itself to her left lung, but it pretty much covered her left lung. So like in an x-ray or a scan, you couldn't really see her lung from the top looking down. But I'm kind of just gonna go through the what it was like for me finding out that my wife had cancer. 2018 in spring, I was at a military school and I got a text that morning saying that she was driving herself to the emergency room because she couldn't breathe. And so the rest of that morning I was really worried. Wasn't really there. About an hour later, I believe Kierra sent me a text saying that she was scared. A little bit after that, I got a phone call from her sister who was at the hospital with her saying that they found a mass in her chest and that they were going to be transporting her to a different hospital. I was so scared. I remember crying and just breaking down to one of the guys in my class. I remember him just giving me a hug and saying everything was gonna be okay. He went with me and we found our instructor for the course and told him what was going on and that I wanted to be removed from the course. So from there it was a pretty easy process of getting compassionately removed from the course. I just remember being so scared that my wife was going to die, that I was going to be alone. I remember being afraid of being alone. My mind didn't stop racing. All these thoughts about what if this happens, what if that happens, what if she doesn't make it, what if like any possibility like just ran through my mind over and over again, and I was so scared, and I just wanted to be there with Kierra. I just wanted to be with her. Her dad came and picked me up from the school. We didn't really talk much, other than just like I asked him how she was doing when she was at the hospital, and Kierra was really scared as well. And before she got in the ambulance to be transported, she called me and just was bawling, saying how scared she was and how she just wanted me to be there. And I felt so helpless because I couldn't be there. There wasn't anything I could do at that point. There wasn't anything that I could do to change it, because I didn't have a car. I couldn't leave. I remember pulling up to the hospital and going into the ER and seeing Kierra, and I remember her parents giving us some time together, and we just I sat next to her bed and we just held each other and cried. It was awful. We'd just been married over a year, and hearing that your wife has a massive tumor in her chest is terrifying. I think she was in the hospital for about 5 days, and in that time they did a bunch of x-rays, CT scans, echocardiogram, ultrasound on her chest to see how much fluid was around her heart. They did a biopsy. This biopsy was the easiest one that she had, but it was still really hard. Her tumor was big enough they could literally just go in with a big needle through her chest in between her ribs and get pieces of it. They couldn't do surgery on it to remove the tumor just because of the location of it. It was so big and mixed in with all of the blood vessels in her lungs and her heart, like in her chest cavity, that they wouldn't do surgery to remove it, which totally get. And it was awful because they would do tests like at random hours of the day, so she never really got good sleep because she was always being woken up to get medication for a test. And if they were doing a surgery or some scan, she couldn't eat before it, and it was awful. She was so miserable. She was absolutely miserable during this time, and it was seeing her so weak and uncomfortable and scared was so hard. I can tell that my system is trying not to feel those things, and it's just shoving everything back behind walls, and because I feel very distant from this, like it's someone else's story right now. Yeah, we were in there for about 5 days though before I was able to take her home. Her doctor in the hospital, we really like him. He's a cool guy. Told us that it most likely was Hodgkin's lymphoma, and just hearing that your wife has cancer, seeing her crying because she's scared, seeing her just break down after the doctor leaves is horrifying. It's surreal. It's like it was like it didn't happen. It's like I was watching a movie or something, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone, but I honestly though, I felt like my body just shut down, like my mind shut down. I didn't care about anything else. I just wanted Kierra to be okay. I wasn't worried about myself. I just wanted to fix it, but I couldn't fix it. I couldn't fix anything. I just wanted to make a difference, but there's nothing I could really do made a significant difference. And it's hard seeing someone you love in so much pain and being so scared, but not being able to do anything to change the situation. It's very aggravating how slow the process is to figure things out and to get testing done and to take care of your loved one and to start treatments. It moves so slow, and you just want things to change. You just want answers, but there's no answers to be had. After we got back from the hospital, we were living in our tiny married student housing apartment at the college we were going to, and we watched all the Harry Potter movies, all the Lord of the Rings movies, and I think a lot of the Friends episodes, because we had to wait a week after Kierra was discharged to get the answer for the diagnosis, to figure out what it was. Got discharged on like a Wednesday. I think we actually got the result. The results came back from the lab on Friday, but the doctor was out of office. He's on vacation from like Thursday or Friday through Sunday, and then Monday he he got back into the office, and then Tuesday or Wednesday the next week he called us, and it was just so aggravating that we had to wait 5 days, 4 or 5 days more than what was needed to get the answer. We were just waiting, and then nothing else could start until that biopsy came back and we found out what was going on. Like there was nothing we could do but wait. There's a lot of crying, a lot of prayers, a lot of worry and anxiety, and my mind never stopped racing on like what was going to happen, what ifs, what if everything. That was pretty much the theme of my mindset right then. Like what if this happens? What if that happens? What if she dies? What if she's really sick for years? What if she never recovers? What if she's, and all these things race through my mind constantly. That and just wanting to do everything I could to help her, to make her more comfortable. It was like I was frozen, and the only thing that would make me snap out of it was if I saw that Kierra needed something. Other than that, I was a husk. I couldn't function.